Welcome to the Gadget 360 show, and today on the show I'm going to awaken all your senses. Fifth sense, sixth sense, maybe even your seventh sense. You know why? Because we're going to actually talk about things like your hair and how to make your hair look amazing. A laptop that will evoke all your senses, because we're now getting closer and closer and closer to the perfect laptop. Then of course a smartwatch, a very nice one, the GTR2 by Amazfit. We'd done the GTR, the first one, we'd loved it. Is this good enough, or even better at about 12,000 rupees? And then a pair of headphones that are amazing, very expensive, but may well be one of the best for gamers. Let's start off with the Lenovo Yoga 7i. Now I have to give you a little bit of background of this, okay? There's a reason why I believe that yoga is actually a very interesting name that has been given by Lenovo, because the yoga positions that we hold, well, this one can also do a lot. And the other reason that I actually really like this is that it gives you a lot of flexibility to use your laptop the way you want, because many times you're on, let's say, an aircraft, or using it in a compressed area, or you want to actually make a presentation to someone. This is the kind of thing where you want to make some adjustments, minor or major adjustments. The seat, when you're actually sitting on an aircraft, you don't want to open it all, you want it to be a little bit like this. It happens. And Lenovo started it all, and lots of companies have followed. But I have to say that there were one or two things that I always wished for in Lenovo Yoga laptops, and that was, I wanted them to be the most powerful also. Usually that was compromised, but now we've got some serious stuff happening. I mean, 11th generation Intel processors, a huge amount of RAM, really good graphics, great screen, fantastic keyboard. So like I said, we're getting closer and closer to that perfect laptop. Let's take a look at this one.
It was about 7 years ago when the first Lenovo Yoga was launched, and ever since then this multi-utility laptop has gotten better with every iteration. So when Lenovo introduced its latest Yoga 7i, we were excited. So just how good is it? Let's find out. Supporting a bold yoga branding, the latest 7i maintains a rather familiar design. The laptop is compact and lightweight. That being said, Lenovo has not cut corners when it comes to the build quality, since the laptop feels sturdy to work around. On the connectivity front, we get to see limited yet practical options. There is one USB Type-A port, two Type-C Thunderbolt ports, and a 3.5mm headphone jack. Talking about the specs sheet, the latest Yoga laptop with us is on another level when compared to its previous generations. Running on Windows 10 Home, the variant with us is powered by an 11th Gen Intel Core i7 processor, a chip with a great reputation when it comes to performance. That is refreshing, because usually the Yoga lineup lags behind when it comes to computational power. We took a 360-degree testing route for the 7i as we performed some regular tasks like emails, PPTs and Excels, along with shifting gears to some heavy-duty work like editing photos. Throughout this time, the laptop never gave up on us, and we rarely encountered a loading screen. This break-free performance can be attributed to the 16 GB of RAM on our variant. Our storage concerns were addressed this time, since we get 512 gigs of SSD storage on this laptop, which is sufficient. Lenovo bundles an Intel Iris Xe GPU on the Yoga 7i, which doesn't make it a gaming laptop by any means, but yes, it does give a push to the laptop's multimedia capabilities. Now that we've mentioned multimedia, it is time that we engage with some of it ourselves on the Yoga 7i. The laptop comes with a 14-inch FHD display with a resolution of 1920 by 1080 pixels, and just like our previous encounters, this screen does not disappoint. It is well lit with optimal color accuracy and a great contrast ratio. This screen, combined with a speaker setup supporting DOLBY ATMOS, makes for a great entertainment device. We can't move away from the screen just yet though. There is a yoga badge on this laptop, and we all know what that means. It was our time to flex this machine and take a feel of the tablet mode. The hinge is reliable, which gave us the confidence to fold the laptop according to ourselves. And about the screen? Coated in dragon tail glass, this display is responsive. Be it a simple tap or pinch in to zoom, it did not give us any reason to complain. We also get to see an active pen bundled in the box, which can be used to interact with the screen. A modern day stylus, this active pen does add to the experience, and it makes our working easier. We do have a nitpick here though. We feel Lenovo needs to provide a more robust solution for attaching the pen with the laptop, since the plastic extension we get in the box is neither of the best quality nor is it a practical solution. Now, in case you're old school like us and depend on a good old keyboard, the one on the Yoga 7i will not disappoint. It is backlit and the satisfactory travel time makes it a joy to type on. On the optics front, there is a 720p HD camera on board, which is just about okay. We've given up on laptop cameras lately. Talking about the battery situation here, during our testing, we got a mileage of 5 hours on a typical workday, which is decent given the performance on offer. And it's time to wrap up this review. Keeping with its lineage, the latest Lenovo Yoga 7i comes with a great design. What adds to the experience is the upgraded specs. At 99,990 rupees, this is not an inexpensive laptop by any means. But if you're out there looking for a powerful Windows machine, then this might just be the machine for you.
Now I know all of you are waiting for that big tease I did in the beginning where I said your hair can look better because of technology. But first I'm going to improve your health, then we'll move on to your hair, right? Okay. The GTR2 by Amazfit. Amazfit is the company that actually did something very interesting in the Indian market. That's why they have such a good market share already. They're an aggressive player. So what they do is they take out really good smartwatches and then they actually give you almost all the features that most flagship smartwatches have. But they price themselves to less than half of all others, which really makes for a very interesting device. This is the GTR2. Let's review this.
When we talk of variety, there is one segment today that is truly versatile: smartwatches. They are virtually available everywhere and in every size. And why not? After all, the customers have evolved and are open to trying out these devices. This might be the reason why Huami has recently launched the successor to its well-received smartwatch, the Amazfit GTR. The newly launched Amazfit GTR2 comes with revised specs and a promise for better performance. So just how good is it? Let's find out. Huami has made some notable changes to the designs of GTR this year. The watch is not only lightweight but is definitely slimmer than the outgoing variant. That being said, the build quality has not been compromised and the watch can take some punishment. The strap situation is also better this time around, as these replaceable bands sit comfortably on the wrist without compromising on the grip. On the front of the GTR2, we get a bright 1.39-inch HD AMOLED display with thin bezels. Huami's display game has always been great, but this time they've surpassed our expectations. Encased in Corning Gorilla Glass 3, this touch capacitive display is responsive and didn't miss out on any of our commands. Swipe or tap, the quick feedback gave us no reason to complain. The colors looked natural and we were able to access the smartwatch even in bright daylight. While there is an always-on display on the smartwatch, we explored some other ways to interact with it, like pressing the power button to wake it up and access its menu. Running on Huami's proprietary OS, the experience on offer is fluid and it is fairly easy to toggle around the menu. Although limited, there are also some personalization features available on the watch, like the option for changing the watch face. Even though the OS gets the job done, we feel that a fully developed OS like Google Wear would definitely add more zing and character to the GTR2. Keeping with the trend of 2021, Huami has loaded GTR2 with pretty much all the sensors you can expect to see in the latest smartwatch. There is a highly accurate heart rate monitor that complements those 90 workout modes on board. There is also an SpO2 sensor which is quick but not accurate. Just like last time, the application to connect the GTR with our smartphone is ZEPPFIT. One of the better apps in terms of design, it is fairly easy to use and provides comprehensive data for our fitness regime. The app also allows the user to customize the smartwatch, although in a limited capacity. A user can adjust notification settings and download some more watch faces from the Huami online store, as we said, limited. Even though the watch has shed some weight, the tech under the hood is intact. There is 3 gigs of internal storage on the GTR2, which can be used to store music that can be played on the integrated speaker, although we won't suggest that you expect high quality audio output. Complementing the speaker is an inbuilt microphone as well that allows the user to answer phone calls. The call quality was satisfactory when we were around our smartphone, but things went downhill when our phone was not in range. Talking about the battery life on offer, the 261 mAh cell lasted for about 4 days before we put a cord on the GTR2. With a revised design and a better display, the GTR2 is indeed a worthy successor to the original GTR. That being said, we hope to see a better OS on the next iteration of this smartwatch that truly complements the hardware on offer. At 12,999 rupees, it is a great option for someone who is looking for a premium quality smartwatch at an affordable price.
Let's do this now. You know, I've always been saying eventually technology will improve everything about us, right? I mean, we use filters today to look good, but here's a product that doesn't cheat. This is the Philips hairdryer. It's called Sense IQ. This is the prestige version. Essentially what it's doing is a very big deal. Look, all hairdryers do a lot of things, but they also do something which is a bit of damage to your hair because they dry your hair out. They use a combination of air and heat, and that dries out your hair, it dries out your scalp, right? This one does the exact opposite. You can still use it with a drying nozzle, a styling nozzle, a volumizing diffuser. Not that I've used any of it right now, but there are people on the Gadget 360 team that have actually used it, and now they are roaming around with their hair looking absolutely great. Let's take a look at this device.
It was a while back that we reviewed Philips' latest Sense IQ hair straightener, a next generation hot iron that comes loaded with sensors to provide a better experience while you straighten out your bangs. But it was not the only product that features this technology. As it turns out, Philips has integrated their proprietary Sense IQ tech into a hairdryer as well. Their latest hairdryer Prestige promises to turn a bad hair day into a good one, but does it? Time to find out. Philips is pitching this hairdryer as a premium product, and if we speak strictly in terms of aesthetics, then they have done a good job. Supporting a white color scheme with a pink trim, this product stands out when compared to the competition. We were also impressed with the build quality on offer, be it the buttons on board or the cord. Everything feels sturdy, which is a good sign if you want to use it long term. That being said, the size of the dryer is a bit daunting and the users might find it difficult to hold it for a long time while drying their hair. Philips is bundling in a complete package with this hairdryer, since we get to see 3 unique attachments in the box. There is a styling nozzle that concentrates the airflow for styling, a volumizing diffuser for someone with heavy hair, and finally a regular drying nozzle, which we feel will be used the most. Before we get down to testing the hairdryer, it's important to understand how Philips has integrated the Sense IQ technology on this device. Looking closely, there is an infrared sensor placed on top of the hairdryer, which continuously measures and senses the hair temperature, locking up to 90% of the hair's natural moisture. This technology also means that the hair will not be damaged because of excessive heat blown out of the hairdryer. Additionally, the hairdryer also provides ionic conditioning, which eliminates static iron fizz. Now it's time for me to come in front of you all and share my experience of using the hairdryer Prestige. Hello, I'm Rubina Mongia and I'm a reviewer with the Gadget 360 show. Now today I'm reviewing the Philips Sense IQ hairdryer, and here's what I liked about it. It comes with 2 fan speed settings, so depending on how much you want to dry your hair, you can use that setting. That really is good. And the second thing that I really liked is that it comes with 3 heat modes. So you have a dry mode, you have a gentle mode, you have a fast mode. So depending on how much heat you want to give to your hair, you can actually control it. You can achieve a lot of hairstyles with it, so it really helps. And then there's this cool blast button, so you can just press the button and give a cool blast to your hair, and the hairstyle then will stay longer. So that really helps when it comes built in a hairdryer. Now what I did not like about this hairdryer is that it's a little too heavy, so holding for long durations is a task, but I love the performance of it. Overall, the Philips hairdryer Prestige is a definitive example of how well the brand has integrated its latest technology into an everyday product. At 9,995 rupees, this is a perfect deal considering the build quality and the performance on offer.
And now headphones. Category absolutely on fire, but normally it's 2 different categories we talk about. It's either TWS, which like I've already said is the hottest category, and of course the other hot category is active noise cancellation headsets. Since Apple has come in, everybody seems to think that category is on fire. But here's a category many people don't talk about, and it may be the most important, and that is gaming headsets. Because when do you really need the sound to really play a role in your life? Well, when you're gaming, because you should know, is it danger coming from the left, the right? Audio makes a huge difference in gaming. It's actually do or die, literally, in audio and gaming. And that's why Beyerdynamics, very well known in this field, have come up with these headphones. Now, I'm going to give you 2 or 3 things which are my, first impressions. One, it doesn't look like a gaming headset, right? I mean, it doesn't have all that RGB light and, some purple, some red, some lights flashing. All of that is not happening. I prefer it, but, some gamers may not. Second, it's absolutely incredible. I mean, this is one of the best, including the headphone itself, and the microphone works brilliantly. The third part is that they do really want their pound of flesh for giving you something this good. This is 30,000 rupees.
Gaming has come far from being just a way of passing time. There are individuals out there who've turned this craft into a profession and are doing pretty good. Just ask Booger. While the career choice is not traditional, the practices are. Like any profession, gaming also needs investment, one of which is a pair of great gaming headphones. This segment is getting a lot of traction now, and the market has started responding. That might be the reason why a company like Beyerdynamic has introduced their latest MMX 300 second generation headphones. Beyerdynamic bundles in a complete package with the MMX 300. In the box, we get the headphones, 2 3.5mm capacity cables, since the headphones do come with a connectivity port for the same. A point to note here is that both these cables come with a dedicated use. While one of them is for PCs and consoles, the other is designed specifically for mobile devices. Both cables are quite lengthy, which is important if your PC has ports on the back. There is also a case that tags along with this package, which is lightweight and definitely makes it convenient for the user to carry it around. Turning our tuner to the main event here, and that is the MMX 300. Prima facie, the headphones do look bulky when compared to standard gaming headphones, but the size does not translate to weight here. Once we held them, we realized that the headphones were lightweight and pretty comfortable to wear. The padding on the cups is soft and locks the ear in a comforting grip. Pretty much everything on these headphones is replaceable if there is wear and tear, like this headband, since it is velcroed to the top. While the build quality is commendable, we do have to nitpick here a little. We found the exposed wires on the headphones a big off in terms of design and added risk. Also, the design looks really bland when compared to other gaming headphones in the market, the majority of which come with an RGB setup. There is also a non-detachable microphone which can be adjusted when not in use. Before we got down to the battlefield and tried the headphones for gaming, we decided to start things slowly and cranked up some of our favorite tunes. From the first beat itself, we could notice each and every detail of the songs we were playing. The headphones feature Beyerdynamic signature dynamic drivers, because of which the sound output was great. The vocals were clear, the mids were crisp. We tried to switch the devices from cell phone to laptops to understand if this performance is uniform, and it indeed was. But these babies are not meant just for listening to music. It's time to test them for what they're pitched for, gaming. Our aim was set and the mic was hot when we entered the battlefield wearing the MMX 300. While it was easy to communicate with our comrades through the mic, the speaker setup performed really well too. The detailed sound output helped us to figure out where the in-game sound was coming from, like the blasts and the gunfire, which helped us perform better. But there is a downside here. While the dynamic drivers deliver loud audio output when it comes to music, we felt that the volume was relatively lower during our gaming session. Now this is disappointing since the brand is charging a premium for this device. That being said, it is not a deal breaker since the overall package is quite impressive. So should you switch your channel using the MMX 300? We'd say yes. While the headphones leave a lot to be desired when it comes to aesthetics, the audio performance is indeed top-notch. At 30,000 rupees, we won't suggest these headphones to avid gamers, but to professionals who are trying to level up their skills.
That then is the Gadget 360 show for this week, but something very exciting coming up. Now that I've taken on the mantle of improving your life in every which way, and lifestyle products are becoming such a huge category, something else coming up that will absolutely blow your mind. All happening next week on the show.